All right, Corley, thank you. Closing arguments are now underway in the sentencing phase for former HPD narcotics officer Gerald Goines.
We just learned an hour ago that Goines had a medical emergency in court and was taken to the hospital. Despite his absence, though, court proceedings will continue. I want to show you video of Goines being removed from the courtroom by deputies. Goines was found guilty for his role in the fatal 2019 Harding Street raid that resulted in the deaths of Dennis Tuttle, Regina Nicholas, and their dog. It is part of our ongoing court series, The Bench. Investigator Mario Diaz is at the Harris County Criminal Courthouse. Mario, fill us in on what happened with Goines today and if that will impact proceedings at all.
Well, I will tell you right now, the status of this day is it's been postponed. The jury was sent home in the last 30 minutes. They will either come back tomorrow or Monday, pending what happens with the evaluation that Goines is now going through at a local hospital. But this took place shortly before 11 o'clock this morning. It happened during the closing arguments of the sentencing phase of this trial. And when the prosecutor for the state began to really hammer away at Goines and what he's done over the years in his character, you saw him inside the courtroom motion to one of his counselors or one of his attorneys and grab them. They ended up stabilizing him with their own hand. You saw him shake, asking, "Are you okay? Okay?" And Goines began to really breathe very heavily. It was conveyed to the judge that something was going on with him, and then he tried to get up and get out, and that's when he was escorted out of the courtroom. The man who is now joining me, Rick DeToto, he was sitting right in front of me during this entire experience. He's been one of our legal experts during the bench. Gerald Goines, your thoughts on seeing this play out this morning?
So it's pretty dramatic in the court today. As you said, as the prosecutor started getting into a closing argument, he seemed to zone out. His pupils were dilated, he was shaking, and it appeared that he was losing control of his functions. And it seemed legitimate to me. I was about 10 feet away and I was able to see what was going on.
You and I were both right there. Have you ever seen anything like this play out before?
This happens occasionally in cases. We've had cases, in my experience, where people are faking it, looking for sympathy. We've had cases where family members have fallen out in the middle of closing arguments of the trial. But to me, this appeared to be some type of legitimate medical emergency that he was going through.
Do you see this because of the fact that in other cases, this is the weight of the reality now beginning to set upon them?
That could be one thing. The prosecutor was gaining steam. She was being very aggressive. She was calling him out, and maybe the enormity of everything is setting in. He's facing life in prison. He's having a very aggressive prosecutor say things about him. So it could have been that. It could have been a multitude of things. But for now, the trial will pause because he has an absolute right to be in the courtroom and to wait and see what's going on with his medical condition.
What does this do potentially for any appeals down the road? Does this jeopardize any of that? Does this actually jeopardize the case moving forward in terms of whether or not it was a rightful or wrongful sentence?
I don't think there's any appellate issues at this point. I think what needs to happen is the court needs to make a determination as to whether or not he's able to come back to court, and the lawyers will argue that, and we'll kind of go from there. But I don't think it will have any effect on the appeal.
In the aftermath, once he gets sentenced, saying that, I guess this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
How this gets handled is vital right now, correct?
Yeah, it's really important for the judge to stay on top of this, and I know she will. She's a really good judge, and determine if he's able to come back because he has an absolute right to be there. And I'm sure the court will be patient in his medical condition.
All right. He's Rick DeToto. He's been one of our legal analysts throughout the course of the bench. Gerald Goines. Again, we have complete coverage of the play-by-play as it went down inside the courtroom right now on click2houston.com. It's on our blog, The Bench. Gerald Goines. Again, we'll have much more on this story throughout the course of the day, on air and online as everything develops. But for now, for Rick, I'm Mario Diaz, live from the the Harris County Courthouse. Back to you in the studio.
All right.